we need to be sticking together. We're one person down, which means we need to be playing smart instead of rushing off.
Hello, it is I, Goldy. How are you? I hope you're well. I just wanted to talk about the chances of getting a game throwed in Overwatch, because essentially I just played a game where we had a insta-lock tracer that was getting really no kills and, you know, kept dying and doing silly things, and we asked them to switch and they switched to Hanzo, which of course really isn't any help, and then they switched back to tracer. So yeah, the one thing that I wanted to make this video about is, and you're watching the gameplay I'm talking about right now, is that positivity, the role of positivity in competitive Overwatch can really influence people in some so much stronger ways than just losing your temper and saying what you really are thinking, but is not going to be conducive whatsoever to changing the situation. It might make you temporarily feel like a sense of relief, but it's not going to fix the problem. So it is important just to maintain a positive attitude. For instance, our Lucio, incredibly positive player, was just saying on voice chat, look, don't worry guys, we've got this, we can do this, and just not attacking people, like the thrower tracer, not having a go at them, actually saying, oh yeah, no, it's fine that they switched off Hanzo to tracer, they weren't doing so bad on tracer, even though it wasn't really the truth, but I guess it was just a way of boosting their ego so that they didn't play in a tilted state, which would be even worse. So that really did help. I was playing Reaper and having so much fun because I love him. He's so much fun to play. Such a great hero. What are the chances of getting a thrower for every 100 competitive games you play? There was a post on competitive Overwatch covering this. So basically this person went ahead and embarked on a journey to see just how often you get quality games but awful toxic games, the rule was basically that he set himself for his account to play, the Smurf account, would be the last to pick a hero and would play whatever the team needed. So, and this person's a GM player since season 1, so they can pretty much flex on most heroes at a comfortable level. They've never been a toxic person and have always been one to try and sort of bring the team together, especially when things get heated. So what is it like to be a flex player who does everything to keep the team together? So in the stats, not including the placement matches, the first 100 matches went from 3,010 to 3,780. There were 63 quality matches where the teams tried and picked heroes that best helped the team out and helped the team win, meaning if they were getting countered or rolled or just outplayed, they would make a respectable switch to help the team win. 13 all DPS matches, oh gosh. So this was pretty surprising. There were 13 games where this player solo healed as Lucio or Ana, and they were in like a team with a 5 DPS where no one would switch, even if they were asked nicely and even if they were getting countered. Although some of these games were tough for him, there were some that were won. Having a good mindset can really help your team win, even with a bad comp. There were 24 thrower matches. Doesn't mean that, there was only a Torb main that was playing Torb on offense and defense. Players like that still tend to try, even if they know their picks are harming the outcome of the game. It kind of just applies to people who legitimately throw for no apparent reason other to D-rank or to be toxic. So upon getting placed at 3010, he immediately was baffled at how often DPS is insta-locked at high plat to low diamond level. There were countless games where he was solo healing as Lucio or Ana and would have 5 DPS that would refuse to switch even if they were asked nicely and would rather take a loss. Ranking up in this elo was very painful even for a GM flex player, or sometimes the other teams would just pick a really good comp and just snowball your team before you could even get ults. So it's kind of disappointing seeing many players that would try to flex with him, but sometimes nothing could be done. But nonetheless, there were 63 of the matches that were quality matches, and win or lose, it was still a match that he has a a lot of enjoyment from playing. So when it comes to the 24 throw matches, kind of disheartening how someone has a huge passion for the game and its community to see people throw for no reason, just picking tall and building turrets and spawn. People just throwing because they said the same teammate from the last game was crap and they wanted to piss them off more. And some people were just, because they were just bored or they just don't give a flying whoo anymore. Did you like my censorship? That was pretty good. So even these players were asked nicely and begged them to give the team a shot at winning. I'm making up words now. Yeah, so even when they were asked nicely and begged to change just to give the team a shot at winning, almost all of the 24 matches he was simply got a no or a F off. Even with all of this, he was able to climb a respectable 770 SR. So the hero stats from these games, these 100 matches of picking whatever the team needed came down to these picks. 54 games of healing, 37 games of tank, 9 games of DPS. So the next 100 matches between 37.80 and 43.45, there were 77 quality matches. I think the higher that you go, the more people want to win and the other people were more kind of, flexible to help the team. And there were 4 all DPS games. So that wasn't too bad, it could have been a lot more games than 4, so that was better. There were 19 thrower matches, kind of same as the first 100. People just throw for no reason, out of boredom or just to be rude. So around Masters and Grandmasters, the quality of the games increased significantly and saw that many players will often just, do their best to flex and help out to the team to the best of their abilities. Climbing at this elo was very, very fun for him, and it, can be very close and most people can keep their cool. There were some matches where, people got extremely frustrated, but they would try to calm down and just to cool off. And having the positive mentality has definitely helped turn around a lot of the games. And for the thrower matches, nothing really could be done to change their minds. The interesting game, one of them was that his teammate simply threw because he had lost 8 in a row and just wanted to rank down to diamond, so he cannot install. He was a support main for 4 seasons, and I could understand, his frustration. It was pretty sad to see him give up the game altogether, but regardless, after much grinding, he was able to hit the 200 game mark and finish at an SR of 43.45, which is higher than his main account, funnily enough, and had a high of 43.78, which was not too bad for always being the last one to pick a hero, but also to keep in mind a lot of people did let him play his main, so that definitely helped. So the hero stats for the second batch of 100 games, he was able to pick more of the comfort picks since the teammates were much more flexible. So he played 46 games of tank, 31 games of healing, 23 games of DPS, and yeah. So these 200 games could go differently for everyone else, and it's just a small sample really. But there's some people who will get quality matches, and then there's people that will get the thrower matches. And I think it's very disappointing that 43 of the overall 200 games were thrower matches. So it means 21.5% of the games are lost because people are being toxic and threw for no reason. The number should be pretty extremely alarming to Blizzard because it shows that there's people out there ruining games for people, and they're doing it very often. If, a fifth of the games had a thrower, then it's kind of not hard to see why people are getting angry at Blizzard for really not they're paying lip service to the problem and even admitting the reporting system doesn't work, and the reporting system I'm getting all worked up. The reporting system isn't even available on console system Y for some unknown reason. Too much work, I don't know. A lot of people say Blizzard doesn't care about console players. But I don't know. Harsher action should be taken on these people, and with any game that has sort of competitive playlists, there's always going to be people who will troll or throw just because they don't care or are bored. But I think like 21.5% is way too much. So Overwatch has a huge place in my heart, and I love my friends and memories that I played with in this game. I really hope that Blizzard will fix these issues soon, because I don't want to give up on this game, so long that, you know, Blizzard won't give up on it. And there's not a lot of people in the community that are begging for change. People seem just to accept that this is what it's like. You know, maybe they come from CSGO or a different, you know, shooter game where, you know, that's just to be expected, having a toxic community. But why should it be expected? Why can't we aim for a better community? Why can't we have a much better game? Pride ourselves on playing a game that, you know, defines itself by not, you know, sinking low like a lot of other games do with negativity. I mean, there's always going to be games that you're going to be frustrated, but I think that you should be able to, you know, play without getting people that are throwing. That's what I'm thinking. So I think, you know, in closing, the best thing is really just have a positive attitude. You know, I know these words have been said over and over again, but it really does turn games around, and this, you know, experiment is actually proof of it. You need to work with what you have. If you have an attack orb or Symmetra, don't just give up. You know, there's been some interesting games that have been won, like the one that I played, you know, that you've seen now, you know, where people pick the off-meta heroes, and, you know, you should never one-trick a hero, but you should always try to work with your one-trick teammate if you have one. Be surprised how often you can win with the right mindset. And always remember, you get mad, you play bad. At the end of the day, if you're improving your individual skill, you'll rank up eventually. So I found this experiment very, very insightful, and I think it's very true. So I am going to take a leaf out of this experiment and go out of my way just to, you know, try and keep the team morale up more than, you know, I have. I think I've fallen into the trap of just, you know, when people are starting to get tilted, I just sort of mute them or I just ignore it, you know. I think I'm just going to try and, you know, make them question at the time that they're getting tilted. Hey, it's really not that bad. It's just a temporarily setback. We can fix it. If something's not working, we just need to find what it is and change it. So I think that will be all. Sorry for the lack of videos lately, been so lazy. I really have, but there will be more, many more. And until my next one, I will see you all in my next video. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it or found it useful. I'd love to see your comments as well in the comments section. What do you guys think of the situation? And don't forget to subscribe. I am Goldy. I make videos daily. Okay, I haven't this week because I've been slack, but I promise you I would make them very frequently. And I would love it if you came back for more. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on my next video. Bye for now, guys. Goldy out. Bye. Bye.